Close guard tonight. Okay. There is really no name for this guard. I don't know what it's called, but I play with it a lot, but I have no clue what it's called. Okay. A lot of people can say that it's called squid guard, but squid guard is more like this, right? So this is more squid guard where you can attack omokatas, you can shoot triangles. There's a couple good sweeps from here, right? So this is pretty much squid guard. I played with this guard as well. I've liked it. I still like it. Okay, but the guard we're gonna go over tonight doesn't have a name because it's more played on your back. Okay, so I still have a lapel. It's wrapped over my leg and underneath my partner's leg. And the only thing that's holding it down is my hand. Okay, if you guys need to walk around, you guys can. So this hand right here is what's holding this lapel down. The reason why I liked playing with this guard was the fact that I have pretty much this whole side trapped and this whole side to play with. Okay, so before we get started any of the fancy and the cool stuff tonight, I'm just gonna show you guys how to set up into this guard. Okay, so the partner is gonna have their gi tucked in, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my hand. Okay, I would always recommend to attack the lapel that is above the other because it's gonna be real hard to pull this one up, right? Everybody has a lapel that's tucked underneath their other, right? The lapel that's over is the easier one to pull up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna match my arm with that side lapel and I'm gonna go thumbs down. Okay, I'm gonna grab the lapel with my thumb down and all I'm gonna do is pull it up. Okay, if it's strapped in there tight, all you gotta do is just kind of shimmy it and just give it a couple shakes and it'll come up. Okay, you'll know when you have enough lapel when this little area is out, right? If this area is still tucked in, you gotta pull it just a little bit more. Okay, when this triangle or this slit opens of the gi, that's how you know you have enough lapel. Okay, even if this part right here is still tucked in, I still want to take that out. Okay, I want that whole slit right there out from his belt. Okay, so he has it tucked in. I have the same side hand of that lapel. I go thumb down, I grab it, fingers in, and I pull it up. Okay, once I pull it up, all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna switch it to the other hand. This one is gonna go thumbs up, and I'm gonna grab. Okay, now I have a free hand. That free hand is gonna go underneath my partner's leg. Okay, at the same time I do that, I'm gonna use my legs to pull my partner up and shoot this hand all the way underneath. Okay, now when you feed this lapel to this hand, don't go over the arm. You can, but it's gonna be real hard. Okay, so take this lapel and shove it underneath and then feed it. Okay, once you have a grip, all I want you guys to do now is pull this hand a little bit back. Okay, so it shouldn't be stuck in here, it should be out just a little bit. Okay, so one more time, the lapel is gonna be tucked in. I'm gonna take that same side hand, thumb down, fingers in, and grab. Like I said before, if it's strapped on tight, just pull it out a little bit, give it a little shimmy, and it should come up. Okay, then you're gonna take this, feed it to the other hand. This one is gonna be thumbs up. You're gonna grab it again. Now when I pull my partner, I'm gonna use my legs and the grip with the lapel to pull him up and shoot this hand all the way underneath. Okay, I should have my thumb pointing me at the end. Once I get to here, this lapel feeds underneath the arm and I'm gonna grab, and then all I'm gonna do now is pull it back. Okay, so make sure when you grab this, your thumb is pointing towards you, not away from you. Okay, once you grab it, pull it back in, still keeping your guard closed. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody need to see it again? No? Okay. Get your partners 1, 2, 3. This is gonna be, and I start to turn this way and my partner cross faces me. Right? So if my partner's cross face is weak, I can still get here and still feed it and still get to the guard. Okay? But if my partner has a strong cross face and starts to turn me back this way, if I can't get my arm underneath, then that means it's a strong crossface. Okay? If I still can, then it's weak. Right? So to deal with this, what I like to do is now instead of me grabbing thumb up, I'm now gonna go thumb down. I'm gonna frame my arm against his armpit here And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull him in again, and I'll slip my head underneath. Okay, so if they have a very strong cross, face, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my forearm. Okay, I'm still grabbing the lapel, but this time it's thumbed down. Okay, so I'm still holding on to the end of the lapel. I'm gonna frame it against his armpit. Now, at the same time, my leg and my hand is gonna pull it up, and I'm gonna sneak underneath. And at the same time I do that, this hand goes all the way under. Okay, I'm gonna keep this frame here. That way his arm doesn't come swinging back around. And once I'm comfortable, then I can feed it, and then I can square myself up again. Okay. Do we want to go over that? Do we all want to try that? Or do we want to move on? Do we want to try that? Okay. So once again, I'm gonna go thumb down, holding the lapel. My partner's gonna cross face. I'm gonna stick my hand or my forearm right underneath my partner's armpit, and at the same time, my hand, my legs pull. And then I'm gonna slip underneath. Okay, once I slip underneath, then I can start feeding again and coming back. Okay.
Kawai,
Does anybody?
I have a question. So you want to make sure your arm doesn't get caught?
No. So I want to make sure that my hand comes up. Yeah. So I don't want my wrist to be stuck in there. I just want his end of the lapel in there. Okay. Anybody have any other questions? Okay, it's not fed just yet, but I have the lapel. Okay. Let's say my partner has now a deep cross face where the arm is all the way underneath like this. Okay. I am still gonna do the same thing of framing underneath his armpit, but now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this hand. Because it's not underneath the leg yet, I can still use it for play. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is take this hand, I'm gonna post it right under his elbow, and all I'm gonna do is push it over and shoot underneath again. Okay. Once I get to here, now I can feed. And then square back over. Okay. A question I had was, what if my wrist gets stuck? Or sit back. And my wrist gets stuck like this. All you need to do is take a cross grip on the collar. You're gonna pull him in with your hand and your leg. Pull it, and I'll shoot this hand all the way underneath again. Okay. I will say it is okay if your wrist gets stuck. It's just a lot more irritating. Okay. You can still play it where the wrist is stuck in between, but it's just a little bit irritating, a little bit annoying. Okay. So what I want to do to make sure that this does not happen, I'm going to take a cross grip, grab in the collar, same time hand and legs pull him forward, and I shoot this underneath again. Okay. Do we want to try that, or do we want to carry on? Carry on? Perfect. You guys are intrigued. That's why I like it. So, because this, I swear to God, this guard does not have a name. I literally, in my notes, I call it the unnamed guard. That's just how unnamed it is, okay? So, with this guard, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do 2 sweeps just from here, okay? There's nothing fancy. We're not gonna do anything fancy yet, okay? We're just gonna do sweeps just from here, okay? The first one we're gonna do is we're gonna do a Shaolin sweep variation. Okay, for those of you who know the Shaolin sweep, it is from half guard. It is from a half guard with a knee shield. Okay, but from here we can still do the same thing. Okay, so my free hand. Okay, everybody's gonna have a free hand. I'm gonna take this hand. I'm gonna go cross sleeve. Okay, so I'm not gonna go same side. I'm gonna go across and grab it. Okay, now everybody's gonna have a free leg as well. Okay, because this leg is stuck in the lapel, it's kind of sacrificed. Okay, this leg and the arm is both kind of sacrificed, but for the greater good. Okay, so my other leg is my free leg. Yeah, like I said, you guys are gonna have a trap side and you guys are gonna have a free side. Okay, so free side hand is gonna go cross sleeve. My free side leg, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step on the ground. I'm gonna shrimp. I'm gonna make enough space to the point where I can bring my knee underneath and reach all the way to his other side. Okay, so I'm coming from this armpit, making the space, sliding it all the way over to the other armpit. Okay, if you guys need to walk around and see it, go ahead, be my guest. Okay. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use both of my hands, and both of my legs to lift my partner and elevate him. Okay. What I'm gonna do from here now is I'm gonna tuck his hand by his head, and all I'm gonna do now is roll him over. Okay, I'm gonna end up in mount. So once again, I'm gonna get to here, feed the lapel, pull it through. I'm gonna get a cross sleeve grip. I'm gonna take my free side leg. I'm gonna shrimp. You can step on the ground or step on his hip to shrimp. It's up to you. Then you're gonna slide this knee all the way over to his other armpit. Okay? What I like to do sometimes is I like to post up on my shoulder and push it back a little bit. Okay? What this does is it causes an action-reaction where my partner is not gonna like this to the point where he's gonna try and come back in. And I sweep him back over. Okay, so one more time. I'm gonna feed. I'm gonna get into the unnamed guard. I'm gonna grab a cross sleeve grip. I'm gonna step on my partner's hip or the ground. I'm gonna shrimp out. I'm gonna bring my knee all the way through to the other armpit. Okay. Just a little note: if your knee does tend to slip out, you shrimp too far. Okay. It still works with the knee out, but I prefer to have the knee in. Okay, there's more power here. Okay. So shrimp just enough to the point where your knee is still in the lapel, but your other leg can come through. Okay. Once you get here, push it against my partner's chest and the other side armpit. Pull him on top, push the arm through, roll back. Okay. Since most of you guys are doing it on your right side hand, when you roll backwards, you're gonna roll over your left shoulder. Okay, that should help. Okay, so one more time. Feed the lapel, cross sleeve grip. I shrimped, I fed, I got to here. Put him on top, push him back, and I'm gonna roll over my left shoulder. Get into the mount. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody need to see that again? Okay, let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Without the whole scissors part. Okay. Now, I have a free hand again. What I told you guys the last time was to grab the cross sleeve grip, enter your knee in, and Shaolin sweep. This time, I'm gonna go left hand with the same side hand. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the space, and all I'm gonna do is bring my foot on top of my partner's knee, and at the same time, my hand pulls, this leg kicks, and I take him away. Easy, right? I should have showed you guys the sweep first. Do it again, do it again. Okay. So, I'm gonna get into the unnamed guard. I'm gonna feed it through, get to here. My free hand is gonna grab the same side arm. Okay, so instead of cross side, it's gonna be same side. All I'm gonna do is shrimp just enough where my knee is still underneath the lapel, but enough space for my left foot to step on his knee. Okay. All I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna keep a grip of the sleeve. I'm gonna answer the telephone. I'm gonna kick my leg out, and all I'm gonna do is just turn it. And then mount. Okay. Once you get to mount and you guys are settled, then you can let go of the lapel and start getting to wherever you want. Okay, so last time. Feed this lapel, grab it, pull it through. Same side sleeve. I'm gonna step on the hip. I'm gonna shrimp out just enough. My foot is now gonna go on my partner's knee. I'm gonna take my hand, I'm gonna answer the telephone, and at the same time, okay? So don't pull and then kick. It's gonna be at the same time. So I'm gonna answer and kick. And then bring him over. Okay. Does anybody need to see that again? Does anybody have any questions? Okay. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3. Foot on the knee, it's much easier to kick away. Yeah? Because once I kick and I pull, he's already going to. Okay? But some people are having a hard time with stepping on the knee. So what I had told him is to just leave the leg on the side, and all you're gonna do is pull the hand up and kick your leg up, and I'll just turn it. Right? So that one is more of a scissor sweep version, right? Because I'm just laying this leg down, okay? I'm taking away this post, and all I'm doing is I'm taking away his hand post, and now my right leg is gonna do the work. It's gonna kick up first and then turn, and I can come up. Okay? Another question I had was if I cannot kick the leg outward. Okay? So what I told you guys is to kick the leg away from you. Okay? There's going to be times where the person's base is kind of strong, so instead, kick the knee inwards and then turn. Okay? So the first sweep, you guys were able to kick it away from you. Okay? If you cannot step on the knee, all you gotta do is lay this leg down, pull this hand up, and still use this leg to kick him up and kick him to the side. Okay? Now, if I can't step on the hip, but I can't kick away, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep putting the hand to me, I'm gonna kick the knee in, and then come. Okay. Do we want to try that? Do we want to try that? Okay, let's try those two variations, and then let's move on. Okay? 1, 2, 3. I enjoy playing this guard. The reason why I like playing this guard is because what I have found is that with this whole half side open, I was able to combine a multitude of guards. Okay? So with this whole half side being stuck and trapped, I don't have to really worry about it. The only thing I do have to worry about is this arm, but I'm not worried about him stepping up or him taking his leg out, okay? Because I'm holding on to it so tight. If he does step up, just bring it back to the ground, okay? But I'm not worried about this side too much, okay? With this other half side that's free for me, I was able to combine a lot of guards, yeah? So, I'm gonna go over 3. There's a lot, but I'm just gonna go over 3 tonight, okay? I'm gonna go over the 3 different guards, and in each of those guards, I'm gonna show you guys 2 things from it, okay? So, the first one I want you guys to learn is the Galaxy Guard, or aka the spider lapel, okay? So all I'm doing is I'm just taking my hand, I'm taking this lapel out, and I'm just stepping on it, okay? You can leave it bent just to hold it, okay? But once you start attacking, your leg has to start working as well, okay? This cannot just be a hold and a stalemate position unless you're up by points, okay? If there's like 30 seconds left on the clock, you get here and you're up by like 1, frick. Just take this lapel, step here, and just step on his body. This lapel is stuck, this is stuck, he ain't going nowhere, okay? But if we're attacking, what I want you guys to get used to is to taking this lapel out, stepping on the lapel, and all you guys are doing is getting here. Okay. You guys can start moving around with your partner. You guys can start kicking outwards, kicking upwards, kicking into the partner. Okay. But just for now, this is the Galaxy Guard. All I'm doing is taking my free side hand, grabbing the same side lapel, bringing my free side leg in and stepping. Okay. This is the first guard we're gonna go over. The second one we're gonna go over is the Heisen Guard. Okay. Not a lot of people know this guard. I don't know why. Okay. The regular Heisen Guard has an over grip on the pants, and this knee is all the way through like this. This is the Heisen Guard. Okay. So we're gonna get to that position, but with the addition of this lapel. Okay. So I'm gonna feed it just like the Shaolin sweep. Free side hand grabs the cross sleeve. All I'm gonna do is shrimp, bring my knee in, and flare it open. Okay? There's a lot of sweeps here, a lot of back takes here, a lot of submissions. Okay? So once again, it's a cross side grip, and I'm bringing my free side leg all the way in and flaring it open. Okay? This is the Heisen Guard. Okay? With the addition of this lapel. The last guard we're gonna go over is the reverse lasso. Okay? So I'm gonna take the free side hand again. I'm gonna grab the same side sleeve. Okay? And now this time, instead of a regular lasso where it's like this, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go right over and step. Okay? This has been my favorite. Okay? So, once again, we're starting in this lapel guard. We're taking the free side hand, our free side hand, and grabbing the same side sleeve. And my free side leg is gonna come in and come out, up, and around and down the arm. Okay? So those are gonna be the 3 guards we go over tonight with the 2 attacks from each. Okay? So, the first one, like I said, is we're gonna do the Galaxy Guard. Okay? I'm gonna take the lapel, I'm gonna put my foot inside, and what I want you guys to do now is I want the partner on top to start going for a knee cut. Okay? Because this position is so open for knee cuts, it's not even funny. Okay? So my partner on top is gonna try and go for a knee cut. Okay? What my partner has done now is he has taken away a major post. Okay? If I was to do this sweep without his leg here, he could just step up and hold himself. Okay? But because he went for the knee cut, and I have the Galaxy Guard, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kick him away, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring him in and kick out. Okay? So I'm gonna hold here. I'm gonna keep kicking him away so he cannot finish this pass. And all I'm gonna do is bring this in, bring this out. Okay? You're gonna end up in this funky position. All you gotta do is just technically stand. Okay? So once again, I'm gonna get to here. I'm gonna get the lapel. I'm gonna step on it. Okay? My partner on top is gonna start going for a knee cut. Once he brings that knee over, I'm kicking away. Okay? That way he cannot finish his pass. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring everything in and everything away. Okay? Now the foot that's in the lapel, in the Galaxy Guard, all I want you guys to do is to let go and technical stand up from there. Okay? Does anybody need to see that again? Does anybody have any questions? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh shit. 7, 3. Okay. So that is one sweep that I enjoy to do. Okay. Anytime they go for a knee cut, I always kick out, I bring it in, and then I kick them away. Okay. What I also like about this one is if I kick upwards, you see how his two hands go to the mat? All I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna let go of my hand, and my left leg is gonna swing down, and I'm gonna sit up. Okay. What helps with doing this move is taking your guys' knee out just a little bit. Okay? The leg is still in there, but the knee is kind of peeking out. Okay? Once you guys get to here, step on the lapel. All you guys are gonna do is instead of kicking into him, you're gonna kick upwards. The two hands are gonna post on the ground, and all I'm gonna do now is let go and sit up. Okay? Here's the back. Okay? All I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my free hand. I'm gonna grab his far hip, and the hand that's holding the lapel underneath here is just gonna come out, post on the ground, and all I'm gonna do is just pull him into me. Okay? I'm gonna get one hook, I'm gonna get my seatbelt, and I'm gonna get my second hook. Okay? So once again, I'm gonna feed the lapel on there, I'm gonna get to here, then I'm gonna get to the addition of the Galaxy Guard. Okay? Once I step on the lapel, all I'm gonna do is kick upwards and get his hand to post to the ground. Okay? Like I told you guys before, what's gonna help is if your knee peeks out. Okay? Make sure your knee is not shoved all the way in there. Make sure it's out just a little bit. Okay? Once you get to here, all you're gonna do is let go of the lapel. Your left leg is gonna swing down, and you're gonna come up. Okay? Right from here, my free hand goes to the hip. My hand that's grabbing the lapel underneath is gonna let go. I'm gonna post, and I'm gonna pull him into me. Now right from here, I get my seatbelt. I already have a hook, and I'm gonna get my second hook in. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody need to see that again? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. The Galaxy Guard edition with this lapel thingamajiggy. If you come up with the name of the guard, Crick, I'll let you name the guard. Whatever. Okay. So once you feed, we started to play with the Galaxy Guard. Okay. There's a lot of things you can do from here. If I can post him upwards, I can snatch this and catch the arm with the arm bar. Okay. If I can, what I can also do is push him out this way, and all I gotta do is climb up and catch her around the neck, and I can pull him back in for a reverse triangle. Okay. There's a lot of things you guys can do from here with the hands posted. Okay. It's almost like the X guard. The X guard kind of system I taught. As long as you guys have the hands on the ground, it's kind of easy to attack. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be 100%, but it's gonna be much easier. Okay? So that's the Galaxy Guard. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna move into the addition of the Heisen Guard. Okay? So you're gonna get to the lapel grip. This hand is gonna go cross-side sleeve, and all you're gonna do is bring your knee in. Okay? When I showed this, all I did was got to here. Okay? But if I open up my knee a little bit more, it becomes a Heisen sweep. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is it's almost gonna be like the Shaolin sweep. Okay, I'm gonna open up my knee and I'm gonna push him away. Okay, right from here, all I'm gonna do now is it's gonna be not exactly, but it's gonna be the same thing as the Shaolin sweep. Okay? So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna push away. I'm gonna take away his post and I'm gonna roll backwards again. Okay? But instead of this time where I'm pulling him on top of me and throwing him above me, all I'm doing is just opening him up and just turning with him. Okay, so once again, I'm gonna feed, I'm gonna get to here, I'm gonna get to the Heisengard, okay? What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna flare my knee out more, and all I'm gonna do with my right hand, or the hand that's underneath the leg, is I'm just gonna bring it to me, and then over me, and just turn, okay? So I'm gonna get to here, I'm gonna get to the cross sleeve, I'm gonna get my knee in. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this knee, take away his hand, and like I said before, hand underneath is just gonna bring it all the way around. Okay, so I'm coming here. Okay. It's much more easier than the Shaolin sweep because you don't have to pull them on top of you and then bring them over. All you're doing is you guys are just kind of making your partner just turn. Almost like a rainbow. Does anybody need to say that again? Does everyone got that? Does everyone want to try? Okay, 1, 2, 3. We'll come back in. We're gonna go back into the Heisengard. We're gonna open up my part. Okay. What helps with this sweep is once you flare your knee open and you push this away, just start rolling with them. And then come up. And then come up with it. Okay. So with this sweep, the reason why it's so much easier than the Shaolin sweep, at least for me, is the fact that I don't have to lift my partner into me. Right? With the Shaolin sweep, what I have to do is I have to pull him on top of me. Right? That way he's with me right now. Then all I gotta do is shove this hand away, kick him over, and I gotta roll back. Okay? So the reason why I like this Aizen sweep so much is the fact that all I have to do is open my knee, push this hand away, and just roll it. At no point that I have to pull him on top of me, use my legs to push him up, and roll him backwards. Okay? So, once again, what's gonna help with this sweep is feeding this knee in, and now once I start to flare my knee open, I'm gonna shove this hand across his face, and all I'm gonna do is just keep going, and I'm just gonna keep looking towards the ground, and just keep rolling. And then mount. Okay. Do we want to try that, or do we want to move on? Move on? Yeah. So I was gonna show a back take from that Heisengard, but because we're running out of time, we're just gonna move on to the reverse lasso. Okay. So we're gonna get to here. I'm gonna grab the same side sleeve, and the same side leg is gonna come over. Now, the times that I play this guard, a lot of people, they step this knee up in between. Okay. So now this knee is in between, which is gonna give me issues, and this leg is kind of down. Right, so once they bring this knee up, they're gonna probably want to start knee cutting, or they're probably gonna start side smashing to this side. Okay. So in order for me to stop all that, what I started doing was playing with reverse lasso and just keeping it here. Okay, so it's on the outside of his leg, not on the inside. It's on the outside of his leg. Okay. I'm stepping right where his elbow bends. Okay. So my left leg is gonna come over and right on top of where his elbow bends. Okay. Now the first sweep we're gonna do is we're gonna do a tilt sweep. Okay. So my left leg, the reverse lasso leg, is gonna come underneath in front of his shin. Okay. What helps with this is stepping and lifting your hips up and feeding this underneath. Okay. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start kicking this leg away and start turning him this way. Coming back up for the mount. Okay. So once again, I'm gonna get to the reverse lasso. My partner is gonna step relatively pretty close to my butt area. Okay. Once I get to there, I'm just gonna feed this underneath, and all I'm gonna do now is start to kind of kick out and turn. Okay. Then I'm gonna cover his knee and secure my position. Okay. The reason why I'm showing this sweep is because of the fact that if my partner steps out too far like this, we're gonna go over the reverse lasso sweep. It's almost like the Marigali sweep, but instead of me taking him to the side where his arm is trapped, I'm gonna take him to the other side. Okay, so we're gonna go over both of these sweeps. Okay, we're gonna go over the tilt sweep. So if my partner steps in between my butt really close, this is when I would go for the tilt sweep. I would trap his shin, and all I'm gonna do is take him to the side. Okay. Once I do that, I come up. If he starts to step out and too far, my foot, instead of it going on the shin, is gonna go underneath his leg, right where it bends. And now all I'm gonna do is kick him up. And then finish this. Okay, so we're gonna go over both of these at the same time. You can drill it as many times as you want. You can drill just one sweep. Okay? But we're gonna go over both of these at the same time right now. Okay, so we're gonna go reverse lasso. My partner is gonna step up, and you can have your partner either step in really close to your butt, which then you would do the tilt sweep, or you can have your partner step farther away, which then you would go for the reverse lasso sweep. Okay. So once again, if your partner steps close between the butt, I would recommend going for the tilt sweep, okay, and then pushing him over. If they step too far, hook underneath the leg, kick him up. So one more time, if my partner steps in between my feet or in between my legs, right by my butt area, I'm bringing this foot in front of the shin, pulling and kicking him that way to the left, and go. And now, if he steps too far, I'm hooking underneath his knee and pushing him this way. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to try that? Okay, 1, 2, 3.